Alrighty, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Season 5, Episode 13 of Hit the Books, the podcast all about sports betting, the best bets you should be taking in everything surrounding sports. This week, we have the Week 14 of the NFL, 14th week here. I have my co-host Huff and Mackie with me this week, but lots of power rankings, recap of last week, and some chatter about the college football world as we gear closer to those college football playoffs. Let's jump in and introduce my co-host this week. Like I said, Huff and Mackie. Mackie, why don't you get us started? What do you got for us?
Yeah, what's going on? Not much new. Cowboys look good. Nice Thanksgiving weekend. Not too good on the card, but it's always nice to see the Cowboys get a nice win. Big game this week tomorrow actually against the Lions. So looking forward to that one. Back in contention. It's nice to see that. But other than that, not much going on.
Heck yeah, lots of good stuff. Excited for your Cowboys there. Actually, they're looking better each week, in my opinion. But Huff, what do you got for us here coming into Week 14?
Yeah, not much going on. Steelers are in absolute shambles at 500. Tough game coming in against Baltimore this week. I'm interested to see what happens there. But other than that, Tyler Warren, it was the weekend of the Warrens on the card for me. Cashing some touchdowns, went with a bunch of anytimes there. Jalen Warren on the first, cashed all those. Pretty good week there. College basketball has been great so far. We got some plays going tonight on our team or Christmas, so whatever you want to call it. 25 days of parlay. Make sure you're staying tuned for those. Tough start to the month going 0-2, but I like our picks for tonight. This will obviously be over by the time you're listening to it. Hopefully we're 1-2. Stay tuned for our picks for December 4th when you're listening to this, but you can catch all those on our social medias, Instagram, HitTheBooks.pod, TikTok, and Twitter. HitTheBooks_pod.
Heck yeah, boys. Excited for yet another week of football here. Let's jump into the NFL here. Our power rankings to get us started. Starting at number 5 here, the Denver Broncos. Number 4, the Chicago Bears. Number 3, the Seattle Seahawks. Number 2, the LA Rams. And number 1, the New England Patriots. Ace not here to rave about his first place Patriots in our power rankings. But what are your guys' thoughts here as we gear towards Week 14?
Oh, it's so gross to look at those Patriots in number 1. I mean, I guess they deserve it. You got to put them there, but are they really the best team in the league? No.
And no disrespect. Ace knows how I feel about the Patriots. With especially it's going to come out like, I'm kind of salty the way my Steelers are, but I just don't think they're the best team in the NFL. I still think the Rams are still going to take that cake. A tough loss in Carolina. Those NFC West teams have struggled historically in Carolina, and I always forget it. I have one on the slate this weekend that I have another one where I'm a team kind of known for struggling on the East Coast. We have a game this week that we're going to get into. But those NFC West teams sometimes struggle down there in Carolina. I remember back in Russ's days up there in Seattle. Seattle would be supposed to kill the bad Carolina Panthers teams. They'd go in there and play in 9-6, 13-10 kind of games. The Panthers are just known for kind of upsetting those kinds of games. A little bit different, storyline, the way Stafford had the couple turnovers. Bryce Young was looking good. The Panthers were putting up points, but I still think the Rams are the best team in the NFL and the most dangerous. They're plus 400 to win the Super Bowl for a reason. And the next place team is sitting at plus 850. So Vegas thinks the Rams are the best. I think the Rams are the best. I'm going to make a hot take here. I was looking at the schedule today. The Patriots might not even win their division. Do you see how these things might work out?
How is it even possible? Bills have 4 and 5 losses.
So, all right. So, Patriots have a bye this week. Their next game is against the Bills. Bills obviously would have to win that for this to even, get off the ground. So, the Patriots' last 4 games are home against the Bills, at Baltimore, the Jets, and the Dolphins. If the Patriots go 2-2, which losses to the Bills are the biggest one, and losses in New England, or losses in Baltimore. The Bills have the Bengals this week, who obviously are not the same team with Joe Burrow, but in Buffalo, the Bills are a 5.5-point favorite. They win that game, go to New England and win next week. Here are the Bills' final 3 games. In Cleveland, home against Philly, who hasn't been as scary as everyone anticipated, and home against the Jets. If the Bills go 5-0 to end the season, which is not very likely, they end the season at 13-1 or 13-4 and win the division.
Big if. I think the Bills are very beatable right now. I think the offensive line is killing Josh Allen. But
if
yeah,
there was
you
a
make
team
a
to
good
do
point.
it, don't you think it would be them?
I think I would be very surprised if the Patriots swept the Bills. So you got to say that's 1 win for the Bills, 1 loss for the Patriots right there.
Then
If
it's
they
literally
get through Joe
the
Burrow
Bills
this week.
the Bills have to win out. It won't happen unless the Bills win out.
Well, yeah, obviously, but if they can get through Joe Burrow this week, you could see Joe Burrow and that Bengals team finish 9-8.
There's a scenario where the Bengals can win the division at 8-9.
Like, who do they have? They have the Bills, Ravens.
They have the Ravens twice. They have to beat the Ravens twice.
They just beat the Ravens.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
So
we have the Ravens twice. That's what I was thinking. So it basically is if the Steelers and Ravens split and the Bengals win out, the Bengals can come back and steal the division at 8-9.
This is also a huge week for the Bengals.
Yeah.
No, I mean the Bills and the Bengals are both.
Those are both teams that need to win so bad.
Because the Bengals only have Dolphins, Cardinals, Browns after the Ravens. So if they can win, they could be looking at 5-0 too.
The scenario I saw for the Bengals to win this division, I saw it on that. It was one of the guys that do that or work for that Better company. It was actually a really good video. If I can find it, I'll play it just to make it make sense. But it was the Bengals can lose this week, and they basically win out after this, and the Steelers and Ravens split, and then the Ravens would win the division at 8-9. Here we go. Can you hear this?
Cincinnati Bengals are making the playoffs this year. Here's why. I'm going to go through the remaining schedules for the Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals right now. Tell you who's winning every game and why the Bengals are going to come out on top in that division.
Did you hear this? Good.
I'm going to say some crazy shit to make this happen, but no, all these scenarios are super likely to happen. Let's start the coming week. The Ravens play the Steelers in Baltimore. The Ravens win that game, move to 7-6. The Steelers to 6-7. They're both still first and second in the division. And the Bengals play in Buffalo. We got Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I think the Bengals lose that one and fall to 4-9 on the season. Oh, no, Jack, 4-9. How the fuck can the Bengals make the playoffs if they're below 500? 8-9 wins this division, and the Bengals have the tiebreaker, so let me show you. Because the next week, the Bengals host the Ravens, and they beat them again, just like they beat the shit out of them on Thanksgiving. And the Steelers host the Dolphins, they'll beat the Dolphins. So you got the Ravens at first 7-7, and the Steelers at 7-7 in second place, and the Bengals at 5-9 in third. Still a little work to be done. Here's where the Bengals get some help with the schedule, because the Ravens are going to lose to the Patriots at home. They fall to second in place, 7-8, but then they hop back to first after the Steelers lose to the Lions in Detroit. And all of that's happening while the Ravens and Steelers are playing the Patriots and Lions. The Bengals travel to Miami and beat the Dolphins, move to a nice 6-9 record. Only a game out of first place now with 2 weeks to go. And if you want to bet on any of these games, the Better Social Sportsbook is live with money lines, spreads.
Interesting.
Gotta throw that ad in there.
7-9, second place in the division. And they stay in second because the Steelers travel to Cleveland and they beat the Browns, go to 8-8. But then in 1 week, the Ravens go from first to third because the Bengals are beating the Cardinals in Cincinnati. They have the tiebreak over Baltimore, so they're second place at 7-9, just 1 game behind the Steelers at 8-8. And then week 18, this is going to be absolute cinema for the AFC North. Each team with a chance to win the division. And the Steelers and Ravens play against each other in Pittsburgh. The Ravens eke that one out, 8-9 for the Ravens, 8-9 for the Steelers, but the Ravens have the tiebreak above them. But look at this matchup the Bengals have week 18. The Cleveland Browns at home. All you have to do, Joe Burrow, is beat motherfucking Shador Sanders or Dylan Gabriel or whoever the fuck the Browns put at quarterback out there to win the division at 8-9 to make the playoffs. And of course,
So that scenario can't happen. Basically what he's saying, if that happens, the Bills and Bengals can't both come back and seal their division, because in that scenario, the Patriots would have to beat the Bengals, and the scenario for the Bills to win the division, the Patriots would have to lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but one of those, I feel like one of those is way more likely to happen than we think.
I would love to see the Bengals win that division. Obviously, you guys wouldn't, but
it would be so funny if that actually ended up happening.
Listen, they're right there. They're only 2 games out, 5 weeks to go.
We'll have to see.
Should be good though. Should be a good stretch.
Lots of good stuff there, boys. Let's jump into our Week 13 recap here. Starting out, Week 13 of the 2025 NFL season began on Thanksgiving with a win by the Packers, Cowboys, and Bengals. Marked the first time since the NFL added a third game to the holiday that all 3 underdogs won outright. On Black Friday, the Bears extended their win streak to 5 games with a decisive win over the Eagles. Chicago running back Kyle, I don't know how to say this, Monangai. Monangai. And Andre Swift each ran for over 100 yards in the victory. In the early window on Sunday, Carolina quarterback Bryce Young threw 2 touchdown passes on 4th downs from 33 and 43 yards in a win over the Rams. The 49ers trimmed the Rams' NFC West lead with a dominant victory over the Browns. Tampa Bay broke its 3-game losing streak. The Dolphins won their 3rd straight, and the Texans won their 4th straight. The Jaguars secured an easy victory over the Titans, and the Jets defeated the Falcons on a field goal as time expired. In the late window, the Seahawks shut down the Vikings in rookie quarterback Max Brosmer's first NFL start. Brosmer threw 4 interceptions, including a pick 6 in the second quarter. Meanwhile, the Bills ran all over the Steelers to pick up a comfortable win. The Chargers also breezed past the Raiders, who couldn't get their offense going in their first game without fired offensive coordinator Chip Kelly. On Sunday night, the Broncos beat the Commanders in an overtime thriller, and on Monday, the Patriots became the first team to 11 wins in a commanding victory over the Giants. Let's jump into Week 14 here, starting out with Thursday Night Football, Cowboys and Lions in Detroit. Lions are the favorite here. 3 points for them. Their money line sitting at -160. Cowboys at +135. The total sitting at 54.5. Mackie, what do you think your Cowboys are going to do here? Thursday Night Football under the bright lights.
Yeah, I haven't been on the Cowboys once this entire season. I really think they get the job done here. They're playing. There isn't a team in the NFL right now that I think is playing better than them. I think they have the best offense. The defense is healthy now. They're playing a lot better. Ever since they went down 21-0 to the Eagles, they 24-0 outscored them to win the game. You just beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs on Thanksgiving, biggest stage. Dak Prescott's playing MVP football. I just don't see a team really beating them right now. The Lions are struggling. It's hard. It might be hard to go into Ford Field and get a win for sure, but with the way this team's rolling right now, and they know they can't afford a loss, I think they eke this one out.
I agree. I something about this Lions team right now, they just don't seem like they have it. And I know a lot of people are pointing the finger to losing the coordinators. What's going on there in Detroit? I definitely don't think it's easy to lose both of your coordinators. Some of the injuries they've had, they are getting some help back on the offensive line. I assume this week with Frank Ragnow coming out of retirement, whatever that was a week and a half ago, he didn't suit up last week for Thanksgiving on a short week. You got to think he's going to be back in the lineup on Sunday or Thursday this week. Back-to-back Thursday games for both the Lions and the Cowboys. That's an interesting schedule there. So not really a short week for either team, a true 7 days, just not the normal NFL calendar we're used to. I do like the Cowboys in this game. I'm going to take the 3 points. I think they are able to win the game outright, but I'm going to take the 3 in case Dan Campbell fucks around and tries to mess up this spread going for 2 or going for a 4th down or something.
All righty, let's keep it moving here. Excuse me. Into Sunday, our first game, 1 o'clock, Dolphins and Jets here in New York. The Dolphins are the favorite here. 3 points is the spread for them. Their money line at -150. Jets money line at +125. The total sitting at 41.5. What do we think about this first 1 o'clock game? Dolphins on a good streak here.
Dolphins are sneakily playing their way back into a playoff picture. I don't think it ends up happening for them, sitting there at 5-7. But after the start of the season they've started to string together a couple wins. It's going to be cold up there in New York. I'm probably not going to take the Dolphins here. I like the under 41.5. I think both of these teams are going to struggle to put up points. 2 not great defenses and a low total. Cold weather, that just kind of tells me they think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to take under 41.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Jets here. I think, Dolphins already beat the Jets in Miami. You got to come to New York. You know how Miami plays in cold weather. And Jets are already basically out of the playoffs. You know what they love to do is ruin their draft picks as well. So let them go on a little streak here and string a few wins together to ruin that draft pick.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a real interesting game. I mean, Dolphins on a good streak here, but definitely see what happens. But one of the better, a game I'm excited for this week. I'm really surprised both these teams are actually 6-6. I didn't realize that. Steelers and Ravens here, 1 o'clock here. Ravens the favorite at home. 6 points for them. The total sitting at 42.5. Ravens money line at -275. Steelers money line at +225. Huff, what do you think's going to happen in the 1 o'clock game? Do Steelers advance to 7-6, or do the Ravens advance to 7-6?
This is a tough game. Getting 6 points on the road. All signs are pointing to not even really a Steelers blowout here. Just everyone's so down on the Steelers, but so down on the Ravens. Both these teams, a lot of expectations coming into the year. Didn't expect to see both of these teams at 6-6 at this game in their first divisional matchup. I'm going to take the Steelers plus the 6 points. Anytime Mike Tomlin and everyone's down on the Steelers, Mike Tomlin saying, our identity is 6-6 and I don't like it. I don't think the Steelers win the game. I really hope they don't win the game, and I want that on the record. I don't think this team's going anywhere. So winning games at this point is just fucking up our draft pick. I'm going to say the Steelers cover the 6 points, though. A divisional game, Steelers-Ravens, that's going to fall within 9 times out of 10. I'll take my chance here, and I like the under 42.5.
Yeah, both these teams are so hard to read right now. You saw how dead the Ravens looked last week. Obviously the Steelers did too, but you kind of expected a little more out of the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers looks like shit. Their offense isn't moving at all, and the defense isn't playing much better. So, you expect the Ravens to take care of business on their home field this week. But AFC North, you know how these two teams match up. 6 points is a lot, no matter what these records are. A lot on the line here. I'm gonna go with the Ravens to win, but don't have a play in the 6 points.
Hopefully my Steelers can pull ahead and get a win here, but we will see what happens. 6 points is a very interesting spread. We'll see what happens. Another 1 o'clock matchup here. Seahawks and Falcons. 9-3 Seahawks, 4-8 Falcons. Falcons at home. Seahawks are the favorite here. 7 points for them. The total sitting at 44.5. Do the Seahawks cover that 7-point spread? Mackie, what do you think?
Yeah, this Falcons team just looks hard right now. I know they're on their home field. It's going to be hard to go across the entire country and kind of dominate a team like that. But with the way the Seahawks looked last week, slow start, ended up winning, 28-0 against those Vikings. The only thing that scares me about the Seahawks team, Sam Darnold struggles to get in the end zone. He gets down to the red zone so often, and they end up kicking so many field goals. We saw it last year with the Vikings as well. We saw it in Week 18 against the Lions, couldn't get in the end zone. And then that playoff game, obviously, they didn't have much success. But I got to go with the Seahawks here. At least in the regular season, they seem to get the job done. 7 points on the road is a lot, but Falcons are just atrocious right now.
This is the game I was talking about. The Seahawks have always struggled when they come out east in these kinds of games. There's no reason to take the Falcons +7 here, and I just am going to ugly lean the Falcons +7. I think they're able to hang around in this one in the ATL. No, not much reasoning behind it either.
Just by what?
Just makes no sense. Seahawks across the country, 7 points, 1 o'clock game, 10 a.m. body clock.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely an interesting one there as well. All right, keeping it moving here at the dumpster game of the week, 1 o'clock here. The Titans and the Browns here. 1-11 Titans, 3-9 Browns. The Browns are the favorite here. 4 points for them. Their money line at -210. Titans at +170. Total at a low 33.5. What do we think happens in this one? Mackie, you want to take this one?
Yeah, I got the Browns. I think Shedeur looked decent last week again. Obviously, didn't get the win. But I think he kind of brings a spark to this team. I know Stefanski doesn't love him, but I think the team around him likes him a lot more than Dylan Gabriel. They look a little better. Myles Garrett's been playing great, obviously. Cam Ward's going to be in hell, and they're playing the Titans. Titans aren't really doing much, so give me the Browns to at least win. Taking the Browns -4 seems kind of crazy, but I think they kind of get the job done.
Yeah, I was going to say, seeing the Browns as favorites is kind of crazy here, but I can't put a play on this total. I don't know what the weather or on the side here. I don't know what the weather is going to be like. I want to take the over 33.5. I think maybe the Browns are able to get their offense going here. It's a low total, but seeing that low of a total, and this time of year as we head into December, I'm just thinking there's going to be some weather in this game. I'm gonna stay away from this one. I like your side on the Browns if I had to take something though.
All righty, let's keep it moving here. Bengals and Bills is our next matchup here in Buffalo. The Bills are the favorite here, 5.5 points for them. Their money line at -275. Bengals at +225. Total at 53.5. Who takes this one, Huff?
I don't like 5.5, but I think the Bills win this game. I always hate 5.5. I think it will be a high-scoring game. Both of these defenses are going to struggle to get these offenses off the field. I know Josh Allen and Mackey said the offensive line's been killing him. James Cook looked absolutely unreal last week against the JV Steelers defense that he went out there and ran the same play 27 times for 200+ yards. I don't know if that's going to work against this Bengals defense, but if it worked against this quote-unquote big bad Steelers defense, I don't see why it can't. So I'm going to say the Bills win the game, -275. That'll probably be my parlay leg on Sunday. I won't be super confident. I just think at home, in the conditions up there, everyone's going to be back on the Bengals. Joe Burrow, they're going to win all these games. I do think they're going to be in the picture to win that division like we talked about a few minutes ago, but this is one they can lose. Give me Buffalo to win the game.
Yeah, see, I don't think everyone's going to be on the Bengals here. They're still playing the Bills. I mean, Bills
true.
are America's team.
But you don't think people are going to see it like Joe Burrow +225?
A little more than what it would have been for sure, but
I bet you Ace
you don't
takes the
think
Bengals here.
you don't think people last week were like Joe Burrow plus 300 and they ended up winning by what 15 points?
Yeah.
I like the Bengals here. I think with the value there, with the way that the Bills are playing,
To
I
win
know
or cover?
to win. To win
Win.
outright. I
All right.
love the 5.5. I love them to win outright. I know I said the Bills' offensive line has been atrocious, giving Josh Allen no time. The Bengals don't have much of a pass rush, so that might be a bit of a problem there. But Jamar Chase is genuinely unstoppable. He goes out there, runs a route, and nobody can stop him. You could triple team him, he'll find somebody else. Yeah, but it is a broken system that nobody has solved so far. So I'm going to go with the Bengals to get the job done. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be really hard to go into Highmark and get a win as well. But this team, they can't afford losses. They have all the momentum back with Joe Burrow. Go in and get the job done. The Bills are going the opposite way. I think they, too much value on a plus 225 money line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could probably find it a little higher.
Jamar Chase props as well. Remember last time I took that?
We know is T. Higgins back for this game?
He is questionable, but he has a concussion, so it's
probably... they won without him. You got to think they can do it again. It's really just matters about, Burrow and Chase, but
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this Bills defense hasn't been good. I think this will be a high-scoring game. I definitely think there will be I would not be shocked to when I say the Bills win the game. I wouldn't be shocked if the Bengals are winning at multiple points of this game, back and forth kind of shootout. We've seen it between Burrow and Allen before, and a lot of these great quarterbacks. I think this will be a back and forth kind of game.
Yep, definitely.
Heck yeah, boys. Lots of good stuff happening in the 1 o'clock slate here. Make sure you stay tuned for our live stream on Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, going over our 5 favorite games of the week and giving our best bets of the week on that. All right, another 1 o'clock matchup here. The Washington Commanders and the Minnesota Vikings here in Minnesota. Vikings are the favorite here. Just 2 points for them. Their money line at -130. Commanders at +110. The total at 42. What are our thoughts here on this matchup, 1 o'clock?
This is the worst game of the week.
Yeah, probably the worst game of the week. What is this, 3-9 versus 4-8?
Yeah, and the Vikings are not a 4-8 team.
And who's going for? Is it still Brosmer under center for the Vikings?
Really
he looked like
probably
Will Levis back there.
Yeah, you're better off throwing Nathan Peterman back out there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the under 42.5. Commanders will probably get the job done, but the fact that they're dogs here, it kind of
sketches me out. Yeah. Here's my question: what happened to the running back on the Commanders that everyone was all gung ho about going into the season? Yeah.
He's just not a starter.
He's just not good that everyone thought he was.
Well, nobody really thought he was that good. The fact was that he got drafted so late, and Washington had no running back, so he was going to be a starter. He was this underdog that in fantasy that everyone was supposed to take. Meanwhile, they had Eckler. Eckler obviously ended up getting hurt, but this Chris Rodriguez guy is just way better.
Yeah. I was going to say, I haven't seen that Krosky Merrick guy's name since Tom Brady interviewed him.
It was more of an underdog story that the media just got way too hyped about, but he just didn't have it. He was drafted like 7th round.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Marcus Mariota versus Max Brosmer. Mariota looks decent. I mean, he's still using his legs like he's 26 years old. So, give me the Commanders here in a shit bowl. Under 42.5 too.
Shit ball.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Alrighty, moving forward here. Saints and Bucks in Tampa here. The Buccaneers are the favorite here. 8.5 points for them. The total sitting at 42.5, just a half point higher than that last game. What are our thoughts here? Saints 2-10. Do the Bucks cover 8.5?
This is a scary game here because this is a divisional matchup at 8.5 points. I hate it on the road. I think I said the Saints were going to cover last week. I don't know what they ended up doing. I can't blank on who they even played, Mackie.
The Dolphins.
Dolphins. They did end up covering. So I'm going to say the Saints hang around in this one. I'm going to go 2 for 2 on the Saints on a spread here. Bucks haven't looked like the same team they did at the beginning of the season. Divisional matchup. Not many people are expecting anything for the Saints team. Bucks will get the win. But 8.5, give me a 24-17 kind of game here.
Got to be a get-right game for the Bucks, in my opinion. They did start 6-2. They're 7-5 now. They have Bryce Young and those Panthers breathing down their neck right now. got to win this game. You got to win it controllably. Maybe a legacy game from Baker Mayfield. I don't know, but they gotta bring it on this game for sure.
Yeah, it's a tough. I hate divisional match. Take 8.5 in a divisional game.
I know. I'm not going to
especially
take
with the
it.
favorite. That's why I'm going to take the Saints here. I think they're able to hang around.
Yeah, not too confident in that game. You not see that game on most of our cards. Colts and Jags. Here's our next final 1:00 game here. Colts or Jags at home, but the Colts are the favorite here. 1.5 points for them. Their money line at -130. Jags at +110. The total at 47.5. Huff, what do you think about this one?
Massive game for this division. Colts have started the reel as well. Would they start out 8-1 or what were they at, Mackie? Do you remember?
They were 8-1.
They've lost 3 straight.
7-1. They've lost 3 of their last 4.
Okay, so they're on a similar streak as those Bucs that we just talked about. I think this is one the Colts are going to come back and get. I know Daniel Jones hasn't looked the best. We don't know what's going on with whether it's his tibia. I don't know what bone in his body and his leg is hurt, but he hasn't looked like himself the past two or few weeks. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but both kind of play here. But the reason the Colts haven't looked good is they're not getting Jonathan Taylor the ball where they need to in the end zone. Tyler Warren was sick last week. He still produced. Jonathan Taylor was absolutely shut down in that game by that Houston defense. The Steelers took him out of the game. The Steelers win that game. Houston takes Jonathan Taylor out of the game. Houston wins that game. I think it's when Jonathan Taylor hasn't scored a touchdown, the Colts are 0-4. They're 8-4 on the year. The recipe is going to be to get Jonathan Taylor in the end zone twice, get that offense going. I think the Colts get a big win here and take the division back over.
Yeah, I like the Colts as well. I just think it's more of I think the Jags are so overrated. They're just beating up on bad teams. They're sitting at 8-4, 3-game winning streak, but it's Titans, Cardinals, a weak game from the Chargers they got, and they beat the Raiders 2 weeks before that. I don't love this team. I think Trevor Lawrence, I hate him so much. Don't ask me why, I just hate him. And I just think the Colts are better than what they've been playing. So, divisional matchup on the road, I know it's going to be tough, but give me the Colts.
Yeah, I agree.
Alrighty, keeping it moving here. 4:00 slates up here. Broncos and Raiders here in Las Vegas. Broncos are the favorite here. 7.5 points for them. Their total for the game at 40.5. What do you guys think about this one in Las Vegas?
I like the under here. I don't think there's much offense going in this. The Broncos defense has been stingy. Their offense hasn't gotten going at certain points. I think this is a low divisional scoring game. 10-2 versus 2-10. I'm going to take under 40.5. Broncos will win the game, but give me the under.
Yeah, we just saw these teams play on Thursday night and do a 10-7 game. Would it be crazy to think the Vegas Raiders won this game?
Not really.
I think it's crazy. Broncos are finding ways to win left and right. I think the 7.5 comes into play, but they could be down 14 with 2 minutes left, and they'll still find a way to win this game because that's just what they've been doing all season. They're kind of the Chiefs of last year, actually, but Broncos get the job done. They're still overrated. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders cover this number.
And the Broncos are a block or a flag on a game-winning field goal away from being 11-1 right now against the Colts. Week 2.
Yeah, but they're also probably 6 plays away from
just like when the Vikings did it, when the Steelers did it with the one-possession games, it could easily go the other way.
Absolutely.
We're kind of in trouble with Alabama here.
I know. And you see Arkansas, totally is this like a game?
Yeah, but I'm not worried about Arkansas with the number.
Yeah.
Just the money line.
What's Bama at right now?
They're back up 4, but they were just down 2.
Okay. I'm going to flip that on.
Knicks look safe. They're up 12, 6 minutes left in the third.
All right, I got Alabama on now.
All righty, another 4:00 matchup here. Bears and Packers in Green Bay. Packers the favorite here, 6.5 points for them. Their money line at -285. Bears at +230. The total sitting at 44.5. What do we think happens in this one?
It's probably our game of the day. 9-3, 1-seed Bears. Not many people expected them in this spot, and in this game in Lambeau. Packers a 6.5 point favorite here, 44.5. I'm expecting some. Are we expecting some snow in Lambeau? Can we get a weather report up there on Green Bay?
I don't know if this is like a weather thing or the Bears are just being underrated yet again.
Yeah, because this is scary. I like the Bears +6.5 here.
Sunday is a high of 18, a low of 3. No precipitation.
Did you see?
No
Is this
win.
going to be just a classic, though? The Bears are good, but the Packers still own them.
I saw
Maybe.
something about the Packers. What is this? Week 12? Week 13?
13, 14, something like that.
14.
I saw Jordan Love's record after week 12 is like 15-4 with like the best TD to interception ratio in NFL history. So that,
damn,
I don't know if they bring that into play though. Like, I don't know.
I'm going to take the Bears
think,
plus 6.5 here. I'm going to ride the hot hand.
is this their first matchup this year?
I think so.
Because that's important as well.
Let me see. Bears
Look into that real quick.
Let's see. Who's the Bears' first game against? The Vikings.
They started 0-2. Yeah, the Vikings.
Yeah, they still play the Packers twice. They play them in Lambeau, then they host the Browns, then they host the Packers. It's one of the twice in 3 weeks kind of thing.
Bears plus the points. I think they could definitely lose this game, but I mean, to give this team 6.5 points right now is nuts.
I agree. Don't take the money line. Take 6.5. Great teaser opportunity, in my opinion, for the Bears.
Yeah, good at 12.5. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Love it.
Alrighty, keeping it moving here. Rams and Cardinals in Arizona this week, 4:00 here. Rams, the favorite, 8 points for them. The total sitting at 47.5. What do we guys think? 8 points, whack number.
Forget the spread. I don't know why we're not taking Devontae Adams to score 17 touchdowns every week. He's unreal. The catches, the yards, the 2 touchdowns last week, even in a loss. I mean, he's just been Stafford's absolute true weapon that we didn't really know he was missing. I mean, we've seen him with Kupp, we've seen him with Nakua. He loves Nakua, and then I saw I think it was Talladega Nights scene where he asked, what if I win? And that you saw that where it's Nakua and Adams.
He's like, well, if you win, how am I gonna win?
Yeah, how am I gonna win? He's like, yeah, you're right. Silver ain't that bad. That's so true with this because last week I had Nakua. Anytime, I don't know why I did it. Devontae vultures 2. Kyron gets in. The Rams are, they lose that game. This is one they're absolutely not going to lose. I actually like the Rams minus the 8. I know I said 8 points in a divisional matchup is scary. Awful loss. I am not betting against this Rams team. I think Stafford's going to come in here and prove a point. This is going to be a high-scoring game. The Cardinals have been putting up points. A pesky defense down there in Arizona, but I'm going to take the Rams minus the 8 in a high-scoring game. I think this one could be 34-20, something like that.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if the Cardinals actually score 20 points. I like the Rams as well. Devontae Adams this year has 14 touchdowns, and the next highest touchdown scorer is Devontae Adams inside the 5-yard line with 9. So
That's
says
disgusting.
a lot about just being a absolute red zone target right there.
Yeah.
But
dude,
yeah,
I had Kyron Williams
here.
2 weeks ago. I had Kyron 2 weeks ago. I had like a $10 first touchdown parlay. Hit the first 2. I needed Kyron Williams. Get down to the 1-yard line. I'm like, oh my god, it's actually going to happen. Nope, they're the only fucking team that throws the fade on the 1-yard line still in the NFL in 2025.
I mean, it works. Why fix it if it's broken?
Exactly.
But, yeah, it's absolutely nuts what they're doing right now. But yeah, Matt Stafford get right game. I think he throws for 3-4 touchdowns, 300 yards.
Takes back over the MVP conversation.
Alrighty, keeping it going here.
Do we know the odds for the MVP right now? What are they currently?
Drake Mays minus 125.
Who is Mays? Let's see what MGM has.
I'm looking.
Dak Prescott is in third at plus 1,200.
Futures.
Drake May minus 1,200 or 120. Excuse me. Matt Stafford at plus 1,500 or
150, right?
Plus 115. Jordan Love at plus 1,500. What?
Wait, Jordan Love's 15. That's
Sorry,
third.
Matt Stafford is 115. Jordan Love is 1,500.
And where's Dak?
Dak is right behind him at 1,500.
Yeah. I saw plus 12 for Dak in third.
Yeah, it just depends. It's a 2-man race right now. Unless Dak or Love go fucking nuclear at the end of the season and one of them fall off majorly.
I would love to see Dak go
Dak's going to
nuclear.
get his comeback player of the year award, and they're just going to call it that.
I think this is. I think the NFL wants Stafford to get this award so bad.
Yeah, I agree.
May's going to be in this picture for the next 5 years.
I don't think it's a good enough reason to give it to him, but I think
No, I agree. But the voters are going to go that way if it's 50-50.
But I also think that he's playing better football than Drake May.
I do too. Drake May doesn't have a 300-yard passing game. Not that he hasn't been asked to do that. They're playing fucking JV teams. Like Ace is freaking out for beating the Giants on Monday Night Football. It's like, yeah, dude, they have 2 wins. You should be killing the Giants.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, Drake May is playing incredible
Yeah,
football.
he's playing.
just
That's
think
what I mean. Like, I don't want
Matt
to take it away
Stafford.
from him. They're having a great season. It's just like you got to look at the schedule, dude. Like, you should be winning these games.
Yeah, and Ace is like, you guys didn't believe me on Drake May. I'm like, yeah, because the last time you said this was about Mac Jones.
Yeah, it's boy who cried wolf, dude. You signed Cam Newton. You thought you had Super Cam up there in New England.
2014, Cam Newton came back. But,
now we have Cam Newton and Drake May beefing on First Take.
No, but it's going to be a tight race on. I mean, if Patriots finish 15-2, Drake May should win the award.
Yeah, I agree.
But I just don't think they're going.
I just don't think they do. I think they finished 13-4. I think I see 2 more
Would that
losses
be
on the Patriots schedule.
If they go 13-4, the Rams go 12-5 or 11-6. Is that enough?
But Stafford has like 11 more touchdowns in him.
Yeah, I think it's more turnovers too, though.
I think after, let me see, because we were
And
looking at
passing
it.
yards, they're both like 1 and 2 or something like that. 1 and 3.
I was gonna say passing yards. I think they're pretty close because Stafford will have like a huge game and then kind of drop off. May's been more like
consistent.
May's at 34-12. Stafford's at 30-7-3. So he has 350 more passing yards. Let's see what the touchdowns is.
It's like 34.
Stafford leads the league with 17 touchdowns with 32 touchdowns. Second is Dak. Fourth is May with 23. He has 9 more touchdowns, and May has 2 more interceptions.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a conversation for both. I think
May has been sacked 40 times. Stafford's been sacked 17. That's crazy.
I think
and Drake May has an extra game played. Keep that in mind. So he has 350 more passing yards, 9 less touchdowns, 2 more interceptions, and Drake May's on a bye this week, and Matt Stafford's about to play the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's big, especially with the nine more touchdowns as well.
Yeah.
So,
because I think he throws for 2 more, 3 more this weekend.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down if Drake May can win these big games on the stretch. You got the Ravens, you got the Bills.
It's going to come down to if the Patriots beat the Bills or Ravens.
Yep. How's that Bama game looking?
74-70, 5 minutes left. 74-72.
Arkansas is up 9 with 5 left.
All right, that should be good.
Yeah,
what are the Knicks doing?
Spread is good here. Knicks are up. I actually checked that. I haven't looked at it in a minute.
I'll check it. We can get on this next game.
Sunday Night Football here, Week 14. Texans and Chiefs in Kansas City. Chiefs are the favorite here, 3.5 points. Their money line sitting at -185. Texans money line at +154. Total sitting in an even 42. What are your guys' thoughts here on Sunday Night Football?
Now it is literally must-win time for the Chiefs.
And that's why Vegas is telling you, here's 3.5 points. You think the Chiefs can't lose this game. Here you go.
Dude, the Texans are on a 4-game heater, too. I mean,
and their defense is so good, dude. I'm just going to
take Will Anderson is just incredible right now.
I think this is an under game, defensive style. I think the Chiefs might pull it out, but I love under 42. I even love maybe a Bears in this under teaser. Get this at 48, that at 12.5. I love it.
There's not many times when I tease through 0, but I think I'm going to tease through 0 here and get the Chiefs
tease
at
+3,
+2, +2.5, 3.
Yeah, it'd be 2.5. I think at even money. You throw them in a 3-leg teaser. You could get like 4.5, 5.
I think they either win this game or they lose in some bullshit fashion where it's like they're up 1
and it just ends their season.
Yeah. There's no way they lose by 7.
So the Chiefs are smart enough though. Like if they lose this game and they know their season's over, like they'll just not win games and then get like a good pick and be like, okay, it's on to next year. We'll be in it.
Although Patrick Mahomes actually has a heel injury.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes his hamstring's tight. He's not playing. Like they're a smart team. They'd be like, okay, we still have a good team. We had a bad year. We're going to get a good draft pick and figure it out.
No, I do think they win this game though. I think they get.
I think they'll win the game. I'm not going to bet it. I like the under.
Yeah,
I think that under is a good play.
Good play.
Like if the Texans weren't on a 4-game heater, what would this line be? Like if the Texans were 2-2 and the Chiefs are still 6-6, so
6.
Yeah, I think it would be closer to 5.5. 6.
I was going to say 5.5.
I think, I'm going to say the under. I just think there's too much recency bias on this Texans team.
I think that's fair. Alrighty, moving into Monday Night Football here. Eagles and Chargers in LA. Eagles are the favorite here. 3 points for them. Their money line at -155. Chargers at +130. Total at 40.5. Both teams at 8-4. What do we think happens here Monday Night Football?
I'm going to take the Eagles here. The Eagles are good in the prime time. I know they just, they've had some tough stretches these past couple of weeks, losing to the Bears on Black Friday. I'm going to take the Eagles here. -3. I'm not big on this Chargers team. They've had so many injuries. I don't know who's going to be running the ball over there for the Chargers. The receivers haven't been super consistent. Herbert has a hand injury. There's not much going for this Chargers team, despite them being 8-4. I'm going to take the Eagles to get a win on Monday night.
Yeah, I think I would love to see the Chargers win this football game, but I think that defensive line is going to have Herbert in hell, especially with no Joe Alt. That offensive line is
No
so
Slater.
injured
They're
right now.
so injured.
So injured. I can't even really. I don't even understand the line only being 3 points here. I think the Eagles, obviously, they're not playing great football. Offense has been in shambles. AJ Brown gets the football down.
I'm thinking this is more like 4, at least 4.
What?
The spread.
Yeah. AJ Brown starts getting the football, they start losing football games, but nobody cares because AJ Brown's getting the football, right?
Yeah.
I think
this could be. I think this is a Saquon. They just use Saquon kind of game.
Yeah, but the Chargers defense is good too.
I
think it's an under game.
Saquon. If he gets going, the Eagles won't have any issues. He hasn't been able to. He hasn't had that game yet, and I hate to be like I'm betting on it's going to happen now. It's going to happen now, but I haven't been saying that. So I think this is a good game where you could see that happen against a Chargers team. Close spread, Monday Night Football. I think obviously Hurts will get in. Like you said, A.J. Brown's been force-fed the ball the past few weeks, but I think this is a week we could see a Barkley touchdown as well.
My play is going to be a Justin Herbert interception.
I like it. I like that.
Too much pressure.
He's coming back from injury, right?
He's injured. I don't think he missed. I think he just missed like.
They on a bye. They might have been on a bye last week.
No, they weren't on a bye. They played the Raiders.
No, who did they play?
With the Raiders.
Raiders. That's why I don't remember it.
But I'm gonna go with the Eagles to get the job done. But I really think Justin Herbert does an interception in this game.
Yeah, I like that. I think Jesse's the only one that's carded a pick so far this year. It was Daniel Jones, and he hit.
Did you, Jesse?
Yeah, like week 1 or 2.
It was like week 2.
Alrighty, that's gonna wrap up everything we have in the. All right, that's going to wrap up everything we have in the NFL for this week. Again, make sure you stay tuned for all our picks on Sunday, Instagram and Twitter, as well as our live stream on Rumble, YouTube, and TikTok for all of our picks and whatnot on Sunday morning. All righty, quickly, let's jump over to the NHL here. We have our power rankings coming into this week. Coming in at number 5, the Carolina Hurricanes. Number 4, Tampa Bay Lightning. Number 3, the Minnesota Wild. Number 2, the Dallas Stars. And number 1, the Colorado Avalanche. What are your guys' thoughts on our power rankings here coming this week for the NHL?
Yeah, solid list. I mean, the Avs are in a class of their own in the NHL right now, the way they're playing. I don't know their record off the top of my head. They just feel like they're winning every night, steamrolling teams as well. But some of these other teams, Dallas, we have the usual suspects as we expected, would rise to the top by this point in the NHL season. Dallas, Minnesota kind of surprising in there, but Carolina, Tampa Bay, excuse me, 4 of those teams we expect to see in there, at least 2 from the East and 2 from the West. But Colorado's sitting there right now at 19-1-6, still only 1 regulation loss, 44 points. Dallas right there behind them with 39 at 17-5-5. So those 2 are the class of the NHL right now, mainly just Colorado. They're rolling and buzzing on all cylinders, and they deserve the number 1 spot for a reason.
Yeah, agreed. Avs are just out of control right now. Devils look good too. Devils are right there.
Yeah, they got edged out of our list here, but yeah, they are. Is Jack Hughes back soon?
Yeah, he should be.
From that hand injury, whatever the hell happened, he got cut or something.
I don't know the injury report, but he should be. Yeah, I don't think he was out that long.
Your Rangers have been stringing together some wins. They're back. They're getting back in the picture.
Yeah, they got to get like 5 in a row though, and they just keep dropping 1 or 2. It's big win against the Stars last night though, huge.
Or they'll win 1 and then lose 1, and not like the big thing with like the reason the Penguins have such a good point record right now is they have 5 loser points. They just keep forcing games to get to overtime.
Yeah,
I mean they're only big to get a point, guys, but those loser points add up at the end of the season.
It's big to get a point for sure.
Yeah. NHL is definitely an interesting league here this year. I feel like our list has changed a good bit throughout
I think
the.
it's Colorado and everyone else right now.
Yeah, you're definitely not wrong.
For sure.
Alrighty, moving forward, NBA here. We have our power rankings here for this week. Coming in at number 5, the Denver Nuggets. Number 4, the Detroit Pistons. Number 3, the Houston Rockets. Number 2, the Los Angeles Lakers. And number 1, who are the Thunder? Why am I blanking?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. They're at the
And,
top of our list in the past 4 or 5 weeks. I've said how many weeks?
Season and a half.
Right.
This is very similar to the NHL list. This is Oklahoma City and everyone else. They're 21-1. They're obviously on pace they're in the conversation for that. Warriors 73-9, Bulls 72-10. How many wins is this Thunder team going to get? People are already starting to jump out and make those assumptions. Do they get to 74 plus? I think they do. The way this team's playing right now, they still don't even have everyone back. Their depth is unreal. SGA is looking like he's going to have another MVP season. But they're depth players. AJ Mitchell, even some of the guys, like they haven't even played Topic. They have so many players that they could just plug in on some of these other teams, I feel like. And it's looking like they might get another number 1 or top 3 pick in this draft with what's going on over there in LA with the Clippers. Look for this Thunder team to stay where they're at. Detroit has been a surprising team, 17-4. The Lakers, a lot of people expect to be good with Luka, LeBron. They bring in DeAndre Ayton. It looks like they got their big man. We'll see what that means in the playoffs because some of these other teams in the West, like Jokic, you run into the Nuggets with some of the Nuggets, you run into the Rockets with some of the big men they have. There's a lot of good big guys out West. So Lakers are having some fun right now at 15-5. I'm going to stay, kind of humble on them until we get to the playoffs. I'm not going to have a true read on them until I see them go up against some of these top teams. Houston right there as well, 13-5. Spurs haven't, Wemby's been in and out of the lineup. He's been having some issues again. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but that Spurs team's fun to watch, mainly when he's down there. But Castle, they have some other fun pieces. That Spurs team, I think, is a little ahead of schedule. But when Wemby's playing, they're a team to be reckoned with. In Denver, obviously, for good reason with Jokic. He just puts up a triple-double anytime he wants, even in a loss to fuck my parlay the other night.
Yeah, it was crazy that they lost that game. But, yeah, I don't think OKC gets there. I think they'll sit around 70, 69 wins. But they're riding hot right now. It's hard. You hit those certain parts of the season. They might lose 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4. But yeah,
you would see that. I can't see them lose 3 out of 4.
The Warriors even did it in 16, but shit happens, bro.
I know. Yeah,
their one loss this year.
Throw his ankle and their whole season's changed.
Their one loss this year is to Portland. Like they can lose games to bad teams. It's just they're playing pretty incredible right now. Shai's still getting his damn whistle. Dude, some of the things some of the recent posts I've seen, like Draymond last night, was livid.
Yeah,
but maybe he's playing the game how he's taking advantage of the rules. You can't.
They call it for him. I wouldn't stop either.
No, it's not his fault. It's just
you just won an MVP and a championship off it. I'd keep fucking doing it till they stop it.
But yeah, they're pretty unstoppable right now. It should be next 15, 20 games are going to be very telling about if that record's in play.
In play, yeah. If they're sitting there at like 37 with less than fucking four losses, they're going to get it.
The Warriors are 24-0, and then I think they were 36-2.
So if they get what did I say, 35-ish and like 3, I think they're in play.
Yeah, for sure. The Warriors also lost a game to the fucking 15-win Lakers that year too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's like one of those things where down the stretch, you just got to beat those bad teams.
Also, that 73-9 team didn't win the championship. So if they even get to 73-9 and win the championship, it's like technically better.
The best team ever.
Yeah.
I think if you put that Warriors team up against this OKC team,
they'd get smoked.
12-point spread, and the Warriors win by 30.
Yeah. They would just shoot so many threes that the Thunder wouldn't even know what to do.
Yeah.
Imagine prime Draymond, just backing down Chet.
Prime Clay, too.
Yeah.
That team also didn't have KD, so imagine if you take the KD team.
Yeah. I'm thinking that, wait, that team didn't have KD?
No. That was the year that they beat KD when
that was the
3-1.
Yeah.
With the KD team, the 2017, 2008, or 2016, 2017 team had KD. That team is the best team of all time.
That's when they won back-to-back.
Yeah.
And Durant was Finals MVP both years.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Arkansas basically won, by the way. What's going on in Alabama?
Clemson's about to shoot free throws. They have a chance to go up one.
Oh, my fucking God, dude. I can't.
2:19 left.
I'm going to put it on.
Alrighty, lots of good stuff there in the NBA. Let's jump over to the college football world here. College football coaching news continues to be the hot topic in the sports world, as in the past week, I saw Lane Kiffin officially sign a 7-year, $91 million deal, become the next head coach of the LSU Tigers, leaving behind his number 6 Ole Miss. Do you like this hire for LSU, and did you think he was ever going to stay in Oxford, Mississippi?
I never thought he was staying. I thought he was just kind of egging the process on. Obviously, he wanted to coach him in the playoffs. A lot of stuff coming out now. You know, he said in his statement after the team even asked the athletic director, a lot of these players are coming out saying, you know, we were the ones in the room. I don't think any of us said this, or, you know, asked for this to happen or whatever. Kind of saying, like, to the coach, if you're going to leave us, fuck you. We don't want you either. But I think the writing was on the wall for Lane Kiffin to make this move. We've seen him do it how many times? Left Tennessee after 1 year to go to USC. He did it to USC, did it at Alabama. He got fired in the middle of a playoff. He's not scared to leave at a big time. He obviously led Ole Miss to their best season in program history. They're in their first college football playoff ever. I think Lane Kiffin, though, deserved to make this decision with what he, coached himself up to. He gets the opportunity to go down to LSU, get one of the biggest offers on college football history, the second highest paid head coach at $13 million a year, gets $25 million a year in NIL spending. That's really just going to set the bar going forward for what these boosters and stuff are going to have to do in the era of NIL. Because if you ask me, I don't think LSU should have made that public, what he's getting in NIL to spend a year, because now whatever Tyson or Arkansas is going to call the owner a Tyson chicken, and BYU just had the crumble cookie
isn't it
guy.
public? Donations have to be public.
It's got to be public.
It does? I didn't know that. So,
it is,
but like, there's a thing, like they're just going to go to all these boosters. Hey, you see what LSU's doing? You see what they gave Lane Kiffin? We need whatever, 20 million, 25 million, because we just saw I'm blanking on his name. It's like Kalani Sitake, the BYU coach. There was rumors he was going to go to Penn State. The crumble cookie guy comes in. That's what everyone keeps saying. Writes the check, gets the job done. He stays at BYU. We've seen, obviously, the LSU guys, the Raising Cane's guy. They just all have these billionaires that just are alumni that love to feed money to the programs. I would do it too if I had that kind of money, so I don't blame these guys either. WVU would be the nastiest football team if I was a billionaire, but I like the move for LSU. I've always followed LSU with my uncle being an alumni there. I hated Brian Kelly, so I'm at least happy to see them have a coach back that I like.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of ridiculous to not let him finish out the season. I understand it from an ownership perspective, but why even make him make a decision before the season's over? The rules around this
calendar's all fucked up.
The rules around this are just so fucked up. It's just not. It's insane. And the second that he waited to the last possible chance to say he was going to LSU, everyone knew he was gone. But
it was just a matter of time.
It's just gross. And you I don't this. The players definitely don't blame him. They're like, listen, go do what's got to be best for you.
Half of them are going to be at LSU next year with him.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's such a
notice Trinidad Chambliss didn't tweet anything out about, like, we didn't ask you to stay.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, dude, because you're going to be wearing purple and gold
the best
Death
players
Valley
with you
next year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's a good move. Obviously, most people did. He was the highest sought after coach. No one really knew. Was it going to be LSU? Was it going to be Florida? Florida took their name out of the ring and kind of just left it up to LSU to get the deal done.
He was never going to Florida, I don't think.
I think they were in the picture. I just definitely think LSU was more appealing.
Well, Ole Miss offered him the same money.
Yeah.
It's just
here's what I said. Like last night, I guess he was doing his press conference, and they asked him, like, was this a financial decision? Is that something?
Yeah, I saw this.
He was like, I don't even know what I'm making here.
Yeah, bullshit.
Like,
yeah,
dude,
bullshit.
you
know your daughter, and even if you didn't, your daughter came running in the room. 91 million?
91 million?
Fuck out of here. But good for Lane Kiffin. LSU should be competitive again.
Yeah. Already favorites in Ole Miss next year in his revenge game.
He's what? Their favorites? What's the line?
It's LSU's a 1.5 point favorite in Ole Miss next year. You know how like for those big college football games, they always release the line
Yeah.
like way early for the people that want to bet it.
Uh-huh.
LSU is a 1.5 point favorite.
Listen,
Probably
that line
just
will
because
not
Kiffin,
be
like,
1.5 by the time it
No.
hits there. So
wait till Chambliss is a Tiger. Wait till all those guys are transferred, and Ole Miss barely has a
might
team.
want to hammer it now.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's on FanDuel if you have any interest.
It looks good, by the way.
Alrighty, another point here in the college football world. Ohio State offensive coordinator Brian Hartman will be the next head coach at USF. Hartman was rumored to be in the picture for Big Ten rival Penn State. Rumors say Penn State did not believe Hartman was the best fit in Happy Valley, causing Hartman to go to USF and make a name for himself as their new head coach. What are your guys' thoughts on this?
I think this is a weird move. Obviously, a lot of people were expecting him to maybe be in the picture for Penn State, Kentucky. Now they just fired Mark Stoops. There's a couple other spots in there that, people expected him to go to. His brother worked on the staff at Kentucky with Mark Stoops. He's still there. People thought that was going to be a potential spot for him, but he's going down to UCF in the group of 5. I believe they're in the American, trying to, make a name for himself in the head coaching department. We'll see him at a big school if he succeeds there in the next 2 or 3 years. USF, James Madison, these are all just feeder schools now to get you a bigger contract 2 years later.
What is this about? Sorry, I didn't hear the introduction.
Hartline from OSU just took the USF job.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, get him a head coaching job, make a little more money.
And then basically just he's going to be a Big Ten coach in 2 years.
Oh yeah, for sure. So how the cookie crumbles. It's gonna be interesting to see how they control NIL in the upcoming years, though, because they can't keep getting away with this. It's not a system that can last, but they're just letting boosters just throw money at these programs.
Throw it around, yeah.
It's impossible to withhold for that long. So
like Portnoy gave Bryce Underwood $12 million for 4 years, and like it didn't even look like you're paying.
There was a lady that FSU went to that's a billionaire for DJ Ukulele. And they went back to her the year after, and she was like, "Fuck you guys! Look who I just gave my money to." That's the type of shit that's gonna happen. Though you're gonna be like, look, like Nico Iamaleava, like who gave the money for him?
Yeah.
So I actually did read something, and I believe, don't quote me on this, I want to say LSU is like one of the big teams that's doing it. There's insurance companies that are writing insurance policies for this stuff. So these kids that are getting this money and just doing nothing and running away, the schools are getting money back because they're paying a premium.
It's got to be in the contract.
It's not a part of theirs. It's the school is insuring themselves
if they lose this money
their
somehow.
Investments.
They're true. Yeah. All right.
If like the player doesn't come to fruition, they can like write claims back to the insurance company.
Yeah.
When you say fruition, do you mean like he has to be a Heisman candidate, or do you mean
I'm not saying like that, but like they fail out in 3 years.
Like he gets a DUI in his first.
Yeah, gets in trouble. Like gets injured is a big
one.
It
can't be on field performance.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think that. I'm sorry.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Sorry, that made me think of it.
That makes sense.
Have you guys looked into the SCORE Act? Do you guys know what that is?
No.
What next time you watch a college football game? We just watch a commercial. It comes up every single break. This I forget his name. Fuck. But this booster from Texas Tech, big oil guy, billionaire, is proposing this SCORE Act where it caps NIL each program. So Texas Tech as a whole, every single program is allowed to spend $20.9 million.
Basketball, football, women's basketball.
All combined. They said 90% of that would go to
football,
basketball and football, but it caps it out, and but it also gives players complete protection over their money. There's no way that the money could be taken from them.
Right.
It gives it like eliminates like
the
age.
Salary cap.
Yeah, it's exactly a salary cap. But then other things come into play. Like these guys aren't like they're not employees. They're students.
Yeah,
so
correct.
And it's like you think about it, like the way college football was 10 years ago. Like if I'm a 5-star and you're a 3-star, I'm going to get the full ride, and they're going to tell you, hey, we don't have any more full rides, but we can give you a half scholarship. That's the same thing nowadays. I'm going to get $5 million. You're going to get $2 million. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and then you see that guy Kadick from Barstool. Like he said he was making $300,000
$300,000 a year as a center.
Tell me one guy out of the state of Indiana that knew who that guy was before he was at Barstool. There's nobody. making
He had to be doing. He had to be
$300,000.
like some of those guys though. They have good agents and they're doing like
Yeah.
ad deals off the field. Like they're not even getting that money from the school.
I
Like
think
they're
his
doing car commercials and fucking T-Mobile commercials.
yeah,
and
you're right. You're right.
All local stuff, you know.
appearances at Joe Schmo's coffee shop for
Yeah.
$10,000. Like
Yeah, it's just
I worked at a car dealership. We used to Aaron Donald, every time he would come home, my dealership would give Aaron Donald a Navigator just for free, and he would do a commercial and they would pay him. I don't know what they paid him to do the commercial, but I'm sure he didn't do it for free.
right. Yeah, but yeah, it's getting out of control. I think the score act, I don't think it would ever go through because it would have to pass Congress, and it would give
Yeah.
the NCAA full control over everything, so the players wouldn't have much leverage
Saying
anywhere.
anything.
But
Is there a PA, like a players association for college football players?
I don't know.
I think it's no. I don't
I think it's just
The
technically
NCAA is
the
the
NCAA is
PA,
that
essentially.
the problem is football needs to be its own entity. It can't be grouped together with like swimming and diving. Like they need their
Correct.
They need their own board and everything. Like it can't be. College football is way too big and it owns way too much of the revenue of the NCAA to be wrapped in with like the non-revenue sports. It's just not fair at this point.
Right.
That's why they're running into so many problems with like where the money's going, who's making
There's
all
the
the money, why
National
these guys are
College
worth so
Players
much money.
Association and the National College Football Players Association. These groups advocate for athletes' rights and seek to provide them with a collective voice to influence decisions regarding benefits, compensation, and player safety. The NCAA has historically opposed collective bargaining and has not engaged with these groups in an official capacity.
Okay, so their NCAA is basically saying, "Go fuck yourself."
Go fuck yourself. We don't have to work with you guys.
That's probably not a good thing for the players. Not saying they need
Wait, say that
not
again?
act as a union, but the NCAA basically told these player associations, organizations, whatever you want to call them.
Okay, we didn't agree to
we're not
this, so
working
I don't
with
know
you.
why you're calling us.
It's almost impossible. Players would have to be looked at as employees to have any control, honestly.
Yeah.
But they're not.
And it's like
They're-
they're not an employee. Like you'd have to sign, like to be an employee, you have to sign all the fucking work papers and shit. Like you're truly signed on to work. there.
University employee. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's where it's got to look at like we've talked about this in some of my classes where it would be like Alabama football team, or it would be like the Crimson Tide at the University of Alabama. Like it wouldn't even be like college students.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it would
Yeah.
be like
a
schools,
business within the
The
school.
Tigers
teams-
of Louisiana
would
State
be
University.
teams representing the college that aren't college students, which
Yeah.
is what. So that's what you would have to do if you want to make these guys employees. It's just all these guys want so much control, but they don't want the everything else that comes with it, and it's just it's such a fucked up system, and it all just moved on.
They knew what they were getting into when they opened this can of worms. I'm shocked they did it. I knew they were going to have to do
There
it
was
soon.
no way to not do it. It was just how they were going to go about it, and
They opened it so wide open, though.
They didn't think it was going to be like, holy fuck, I don't know, this got out of hand real quick.
well, the second they get a little taste of the money that they were getting, it's like I want
Yeah.
more. Everyone wants more. What are we
Yeah.
going to do to get more?
It
And I
can
also
only
don't think
go
they realized like how willing that these billionaire boosters were going to
Millionaires,
be.
yeah.
Like, here, fire Brian Kelly, I'll pay the check. Oh, we want Lane Kiffin, I'll pay that too.
James Franklin was only gone because Adidas paid for his buyout.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and here's the other one about LSU that I want to say.
negotiated a lower buyout.
What?
They
But Adidas
accepted
paid,
a lower buyout.
Adidas paid the entire thing.
No, that he only took like $7 million.
Who?
James Franklin.
He had to get the difference
I don't
because
think so.
he had to keep
He said, "I'm going to
applying
go look for a
jobs
job."
and coaching.
So, and then he got a job, so they only paid him a
The
fraction.
difference.
You also see the Brian Kelly Brian Kelly sued them and then he won.
Yeah. LSU still owes Ed Orgeron $17 million, Brian Kelly $54 million, and they just signed Lane Kiffin to $91 million.
Yeah, what is it, like 120?
And they promised $25 million in NIL by August. It's like $160 million in
none of
three
the
coaches, and two of them don't even work for you anymore.
It's just boosters throwing money at them.
Yeah, and they
They're
get
like, we're sick of not winning for the last 5 years. Go get Lane Kiffin. We'll give you $25 million.
I want to find an up-to-date article on what these teams are spending.
it's probably the big dogs in the like. I don't know what Ohio State spends every year, but they have a fucking NFL roster. Like,
Ohio State makes $280 million in revenue a year, though. I didn't know that.
Right. I mean, it's definitely makes sense, right? I mean, football tickets alone drive in so much money for these schools and basketball
TV
tickets
deals, and you go,
TV
let alone you go
deals.
to the
Well, that
college
was the
football
whole thing is
playoff.
that you look at a situation like Johnny Manziel, like they made a whole new stadium because of him, and he wasn't seeing $1. So that's what kind of opened everyone's eyes. Like they need a
When
cut.
Manziel was signing helmets in a hotel room for $50,000.
Yeah, and he looks like the bad guy, right?
Yeah. Now look what these fucking kids get paid.
All right, let's finish up what we got here in the college football world. Going through our our rankings here for college football heading into Week 15. Coming in at number 1, Ohio State. Number 2, Indiana. Number 3, Georgia. Number 4, Texas Tech. Number 5, Oregon. Number 6, Ole Miss. Number 7, Texas A&M. Number 8, Oklahoma. Number 9, Alabama. Number 10, Notre Dame. Number 11, BYU. Number 12, Miami. This week is the championship games for the respective conferences. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Yeah, you like my spelling there, Huff?
Yeah, I had to fix that. Sorry. Yeah, some great games this week. Obviously, we have the conference championships, the ACC, Big 10, Big 12, SEC. Georgia, Alabama for the SEC. Ohio State, Indiana for the Big 10. The matchup everyone wanted to see. BYU versus Texas Tech. It's a big spread. Texas Tech's very good. They could slide into the top 4 and get themselves a bye in the playoff. Virginia versus Duke in the ACC. Not many people expected that. Is this basketball? Is this football? We don't really know. I'm going to take Duke to pull out that one in the ACC championship. I like what.
Do you know the situation though?
What'd you say?
Duke wins. They're not going to make the college football playoff.
No, I know that's where everything's going to get all fucked up if Duke wins.
Yeah, it's just absolute. That would be nuts to see a Sun Belt Conference winner and a AAC conference winner and no ACC champion.
And no ACC team because 7-5 or 8-5 Duke wins the ACC. It's going to be interesting. There's some great games this weekend. I haven't looked into them too much to go through like early leans. That's the only one I kind of looked at. But Alabama, Georgia, that's a great game. Ohio State, Indiana, Big 12 championship, great game.
What do you think of the whole college football layout though?
You mean like how the bracket would look right now?
What do you think about Notre Dame getting in over Miami?
I think that's stupid.
I think it's great.
I
think it's great.
I really don't care about either of those teams, but like if you're gonna look at it that way, like here's the team I think should be in. If Bama loses or if BYU loses, one of those teams is possibly out. The team I think should get in is possibly a Vandy.
Why should a team be penalized for playing an
extra game in a Big 12 and that's why these conference championship games are going to go away in the next 2 years.
Well, it's stupid because the Big 12 is such a big deal because if BYU wins the Big 12 championship, they're going to get in. What happens?
And you can't take Texas Tech out.
Why not?
They're so good though.
2 losses.
I know, but like,
and who are you taking? Texas Tech, who has a loss to BYU and Arizona State, or are you taking Notre Dame, who has a loss to Miami and Texas A&M?
But if Miami's not in, but Texas A&M is, like...
You see, the whole thing with the college football playoff and why they went to it is because the BCS system didn't work because it was all analytics. It was all a computer.
It was a computer.
System.
A computer picked the 2 best teams.
The whole thing about the college football playoff is that you look at teams in the beginning of the season, you look at teams now and who's playing better, and you look that was literally week 1 by a field goal, and then you look at the eye test, who's better. If hypothetical matchup at a neutral site right now, Miami versus Notre Dame, who is favored?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame 6.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
So the eye test comes into play. I think I just don't see a scenario where Miami and the quality of losses too. They lost to Louisville and SMU, I think.
SMU, yeah.
Notre Dame lost to 2 top 15 teams.
Yeah.
But the head-to-head does kind of throw me off, but
here's the other one. Like I know, and I like Texas. I like Arch, but like I'm not saying they should be in it. But like a lot of people are saying, if they didn't play Ohio State, it's like I don't think going and choosing to play an out-of-conference game against Ohio State week 1 in the shoe
against their defending national champions.
Yeah, that shouldn't keep them out. What's keeping Texas out is a loss to 4-8 Florida.
Everyone keeps saying that. They're like, oh, well, you shouldn't be penalized for scheduling great out-of-conference games. Well, don't lose to 4-8 Florida on your home field. Maybe that wouldn't happen.
And then go to overtime the next week against Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Like, those are 2 games you should blow them out of the water.
But the other thing is, but you can't tell me that Texas would not be in right now if they didn't lose to Ohio State. If they had 2 losses right now, they would be in. It doesn't matter if they lost to Florida or not.
Yep, I agree. Yeah.
But now you're going to
if
see
they beat Ohio State or Florida, they'd be in the playoff.
You're going to see a lot of teams not schedule those Ohio States and those Texases and those Alabamas in. You're not going to see those Texas Ohio State Week 1 games anymore because teams aren't going to risk not making the playoff because they're making these schedules out of conference. It's just not worth it.
The best part is Texas plays Ohio State at Texas next year
because they have to, right?
Yeah.
But they're already
sign these deals.
They're already talking about finding somebody new to play. They don't want to do it again.
Texas, some booster from Texas. That, again, back to these billionaires. Someone will be like, "How much does it cost so we don't have to play Ohio State? So we don't have to fucking deal with this in the playoff next year? $4 million, send it."
Yeah, we'll pay Wichita State. I don't even know if they have a football team, but we'll pay them $40 million to come play.
Yeah. Bring North Texas up here. We'll fucking win that by 40.
Yeah, it's just the whole system is very messed up. Again, another system that's very messed up in the college football playoff, but should be good though. Should be good matchups.
Yeah, this championship Saturday is always great. These are gonna be great games.
Do you have winners yet?
What'd you say?
Do you have picks for them?
Not really. I didn't look too much into. I don't even know the spreads for most of these games.
I'll say them. You got them, Huff or Jesse?
BYU, Texas Tech, Big 12 here. Texas Tech the favorite, 12.5 points for them. Total 49.5. Georgia, Alabama, SEC. Georgia 2.5 point favorite, -140 money line. Alabama +115 total at 47.5. Indiana, Ohio State, Big 10. Ohio State's the favorite, 4.5 points for them. 47.5 the total. And is that it? 4?
2
3?
Virginia, 3.5. I see that here. I don't know if you
Virginia. Yeah, no, I did not. Virginia 3.5.
Early looks at some of these, like the favorites. I don't know if I like 12.5, but I think Texas Tech handles business. I'd say Georgia, even though Georgia has an Alabama problem and that's been known. I'll take the dogs there. The one I'm interested in is I want to take Indiana, but I'm very scared of Ohio State. I don't know if I'm going to bet against them there.
It's so hard, dude.
And then Duke and Virginia. I said I like Duke.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Duke as well. I'm gonna go Ohio State, Texas. I'm gonna go Bama. I know they already beat them this year. 2.5 point spread. You're gonna see a lot of money on Georgia here, and they could still win for sure. But I'm gonna go with Alabama. Alabama could possibly be playing for a spot in the college football playoff.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see Vandy get in.
They have no chance. There's zero chance.
I think they're the team on the outside looking in.
No, Miami is. But nothing else can move. Who would they get in over?
I think it's probably BYU or Miami.
BYU's out. BYU doesn't have a spot right now.
Oh yeah, and Notre Dame doesn't have a game. I guess it would have to be Alabama slides out and one of those teams get in.
Right, or you could see
and Vandy lost Alabama. That's one of Vandy's losses.
Yeah, and I think they lost to Ole Miss too. So
they lost to Texas. Vandy lost to Ole Miss or Alabama and Texas.
Yeah, Vandy has a strong case as well.
Both on the road.
Listen, there's gonna be a 2-loss team that gets fucked. There might be 2 of them, but somebody's gonna be left unhappy. The thing is, we went from 4 teams to 12. You can go from 12 teams to 68 teams to 69, 70, the 71st teams.
They're still gonna
be pissed.
So
every time,
just be happy there's 12 teams. Be happy we have a college football playoff this deep, and move on.
Alrighty, boys. Lots of good stuff. Lots of football this weekend. The conference championship games in college football world. A huge slate of NFL on Sunday. Lots to look forward to here. Week 14 in the NFL. Anything to add before we get out of here, boys?
I think that's it. Stay tuned. We'll get some college basketball plays out. College football this weekend. We just went through championship Saturday. Trying to end off a great college football season that we've had on the card there. So make sure you're staying tuned for that. Remember, I said our 25 days of parlay, day 3 going right now, day 4 tomorrow or today when you're listening to this on December 4th. You can catch all those. HitTheBooks.pod, HitTheBooks_pod on Twitter. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys Sunday for our Week 14 NFL live stream.